All right, welcome back. It's the Group A upper bracket final upon us. It's going to be a little bit of a Natus Vincere versus the FaZe clan. Yes, indeed. My name is not Alex Machine Richardson. It is actually Tristan Asaranthus. He is, how do I say this? Just fine. There's nothing wrong with him at all. He's fine.
Oh, that's debatable.
Yeah, true. Either way, I do have some esteemed colleagues here on my left. I've got Pimp and YNK, and we're going to try to make some sense of this matchup that we have coming up here. Could be a heavy hitter, I think.
It could be a close one. I feel it's going to be interesting to see how FaZe match up against Simple for the first time in forever, basically. Last time they played is, I think it's 2 months ago at the Star Series, so it's been some time. And it's going to be interesting to see how well Simple is going to cope with FaZe, because it is Team Simple against FaZe.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting because, as we were talking about in the pre-show, Navi had the extra time to practice by missing Sydney due to visa issues, unfortunately. So this time around, you do feel like they had that extra bit of time to polish their game. You could see how, at least when it came to LAN, I mean, even Pro League Online, they were performing really well, but, you know, they were getting things done. It just wasn't really pretty. You know, it was very scrappy, a lot of, obviously, individual plays from Simple, mostly, but in those runs, it was guys like Electronic finally contributing, you know, Zoo stepping up his game a little bit individually too. He was being exploited too much on maps like Mirage and Train, where he holds the B bomb site. So you really do hope from Navi coming into this tournament that they are going to show better team play, not just individual skill, but they were shaky in their previous match.
And it can't always come down to Simple being the Undertaker that he is and winning rounds for this team. We could take a look at some of these vetoes, though, because we do have the maps already out and about. We're just going to jump right into it, Yanko. I knew you wanted to get into it, so I felt like we'd just go ahead and do it.
Teams seem, you know, it's the huddles already, so probably not much time left. I think, you know, Cash veto, obviously, from Navi, that's a given. Here we see, actually, FaZe deciding to veto Inferno. That was going to be, you know, the question mark. They veto Overpass against some teams, but they've been getting better on it recently. Navi picked it in their series versus Heroic, so I don't know if they're going to go for the same here. For picks,
you got to ban Cash, right? After watching FaZe decimate Cloud9.
Yeah, and it's also just Navi's permaban no matter what, right? And now picks get a little bit more interesting. For FaZe, they usually had Cash open to pick it in series, so what do they feel comfortable on against a team like Navi? I don't think they're going to go for Nuke. That would be a punish, but I don't think they feel comfortable enough on that map. So this is really up in the air.
It's interesting, as you said, you know, because both Nuke does too, and Mirage, for that matter, could be a potential pick right here. It's going to be Mirage, and it's going to be Navi picking Nuke, and I feel that's kind of interesting. And that probably alerts to the fact that you talked about them having a week at home under Sydney to actually practice. So they may have been working on their Nuke, and that's going to be interesting, because FaZe is not one of the best Nuke teams in the world.
I certainly hope they worked on it, because their T-sides were not great. You know, they were missing some of the basic smokes, and then it was simple, please find us a kill so that we can make something happen. And I don't think that's going to work against, you know, a skilled team like FaZe. We see Train as the decider. So finally, no Inferno, no Cash in a series. We get to see some of the other maps. But yeah, for FaZe, that was the interesting one. So whatever, really, you can't really go for a pick that's a massive punish for Navi. It feels like they just went for what they're comfortable on at the moment, which is Mirage.
So Mirage is where we kick it off. Navi is starting on the CT side. And I guess if we kind of look at it from the big picture, though, is that going to benefit them in the beginning? Or are we saying, like, hey, you know, this is first match of the day. Maybe T side would have been a little bit of a stronger approach.
Yeah, I think it always goes both ways, right? You have an argument for each side. You start on the T side, you dictate the pace of the game. You know, you can come out swinging those AKs, one bullet headshot and all of that. While on the CT side, again, if the opponents are starting slow, you get that lockdown CT side and you can really shut your opponents out. But I'm really favoring FaZe on Mirage, seeing as how they demolished Mousesports, was the best team in the world on the map.
So how about this? Real quick, I'm going to give you about 10 seconds. Who do you got in this one, Pimp?
It's going to be FaZe, and it's going to be pretty convincingly, to the same reason as YNK said. FaZe is just one of the best teams on Mirage, and Navi is still too shaky to go up against FaZe.
And you're feeling the same way?
Barring some, you know, early day voodoo stuff. You know, we know that both FaZe and Navi can be pretty up and down from one day to the other. So if things are as normal, FaZe takes this one.
Well, it could be as easy as that. And to deliver you the action at home, it's going to be Jordan and Jason. Take it away, fellas.
Well, this has got to be one of the more exciting games you could possibly have. Guardian going up against his old team, Na'Vi, with Simple, perhaps the probably the best performing player we have in the entire scene at the moment, and always highlight clips waiting to happen with a lot of these players. Simple, Nico, Guardian, Rain, Like, this is Electronic as well on the Na'Vi side has been playing well. This is going to be high octane.
I am super keen for this matchup. Obviously, Na'Vi, they missed IEM Sydney, so I thought I'd never have the chance to cast one of their games, never get the chance to have a look at Simple in the flesh. And, well, here we are. Let's see what they are going to be presenting us as they push quite aggressively in through ramp, and Flamey opens up onto Exist. But that does give the opportunity, it does give the call to FaZe, so they can present themselves straight into that A-bomb side, and Guardian is going to be able to overwhelm Simple, so a little bit of an interesting storyline there for us. But for now, FaZe, they still don't really have control of what they need to, and that is the bomb. It's really all on Guardian right now, isn't it? If he doesn't manage to find something from this position, FaZe is going to have some real problems.
Kerrigan has no armor, and Guardian is really just taking this one-on-one duel. He's allowing his teammates to kind of try and get this bomb back if it's even possible. Zeus has shied away from that fight against Guardian, knows it's important. Actually, Flamey looks to go the other way, but him and Electronic combined for 2 nice headshots, and that finishes it. That was the last safety net. That was the last opportunity FaZe had to get involved, and there's Zeus. Missed the first magazine with that CZ, but he follows it up with a nice headshot at long range, and good pistol round from Na'Vi.
Yeah, very aggressive, though, down into A ramp. I mean, they really want to get this show on the road, it seems.
You're going to have to take a risk if you're Na'Vi in this matchup, especially on the CT side, especially when you look at some of the deficiencies that we saw from Na'Vi yesterday when they played Heroic on this map. That B bomb site was exploited over and over again. They had Zeus anchoring it as the sole defender there a lot of the times, and it seemed at certain points during that map to just be a free bomb site. So you're going to have to see Na'Vi taking some of those aggressive risks with guys like Flamey, Electronic, and Simple, who are going to be very mobile across this map throughout the half.
Electronic again is being quite mobile, this time towards the top mid. Kerrigan is going to bite the bullet. A little bit unfortunately for him, but this is what you would expect out of a round like this. I guess FaZe have invested a little bit, so they would have wanted a bit more so far, but Na'Vi is just doing a really good job of shutting them down on all facets of the map. Nico, though, here with the Deagle. You can't really count him out. And Exist has found an opening there onto Simple. It's not over just yet.
That's always the most awkward place to fight if you Exist. Running out of bullets, you're in a long, narrow corridor, and Nico now peeking up into the bomb site. He's got the one-on-one that he wanted. Doesn't have the result he would have liked, and Flamey's going to bring him down so low, and Nico's gone passive, and now he's the only one left. They know exactly where he is, and it's a matter of time. He's got to take the fight and hope for the best, and that's not going to happen. 2-0 for Na'Vi, and they don't take a whole lot of damage. Only 2 players fall, no plant for FaZe, so...
I think it was just the SMGs that dropped there as well for Na'Vi. They've kept all the rifles through.
And no plants in either of these rounds as well, so that's quite nice for Na'Vi. Guardian still has 3,300. He's obviously going to get that AWP out in the 4th round for FaZe.
Fourth round feels like a long way away right now for FaZe. I don't have anything going into this one either.
Not if you rush out with blocks. It's gonna actually be pretty close. So here we go. The scary part about this is that Simple's in position to just make so much money. That would be huge. There's 1, there's 2, and he's gonna line them all up. And that's Flamey helping him out with 1 kill. But Simple's got 3 frags of the SMG with bonus. Now he goes for the knife. He wants the knife. It's Guardian.
I really wanted to see him just go through that smoke and try it. In the end, Simple closes it out. Good work from Simple, really just mowing them all down, and that's exactly what you said. Getting all that cash in the bank. He's up to 7,500. Might even hang on to the MP9 here.
Why not?
No, I like
I'm actually going to pass it over to Zeus. I was thinking that might be the good call to make. So there was that little thread on Reddit. Na'Vi is learning. It seems like they've learned their lesson well. Zeus is going to have the SMG. And that's not the worst thing in the world. As the B anchor as well, I mean, you can play for time and you can play for positioning a lot, which can help with that SMG with the mobility and everything like that. And obviously you give someone like Simple an M4, and Guardian's going to go back for it. I'm not sure why Simple was challenging.
Oh, well, I guess that's for him to know and us to find out. Maybe not this round, but in the future. And that M4 might have been better off in the hands of Zeus at this rate. And then Simple's not going to be getting much use out of it, but Flamey does do well to trade back onto Guardian.
Guardian gives up the advantage that he himself found. 4-on-4. Flamey is so alone in this A bomb site. Zeus and Edward doubled up on the B site, perhaps remembering the deficiencies yesterday, and that's going to leave Flamey in an awkward spot as Exist just walks up and takes the fight. Even Electronic can't get involved. This bomb is going to go down, although FaZe taking their time. Not sure everything is quite clear. And here comes the retake. Although Edward is tagged down pretty low, they might just call a straight-up save at this point.
If the next kill goes the way of Na'Vi, well, never mind that, as Edward is all on his own. He does have to back out there. Not too much of a fancy round really out from FaZe. They kind of just walked up into A and challenged, took some aim duels, won them. The A-bomb site's theirs.
Yeah, Flamey gets caught like trying to transition into a retake. He kind of realized how isolated he was. I think he wanted to get back towards ticket booth so he could have some relative safety, and obviously that doesn't work out for him. The timing of Exist Peak just kind of ruined that idea. Yeah, overall, just a very simple round. Just a lot of fights taken on both sides. Simple trying to challenge Guardian with the AWP. He had a chance to get into safety. Guardian shot and missed his first one, and Simple could have just bailed out at that point. But, I mean, I guess if you're Simple's caliber, you don't often bow out of too many fights, do you?
No, certainly not. But Na'Vi do have quite a significant amount of cash, given that they had 2 anti-ecos, and Simple also farmed up a Storm in the third one. So they're going to be able to buy through again into this round. Looks like we've got an AWP out on the CT side, and it's going to be in the hands of Simple. So let's see some fireworks here from Na'Vi.
Nico's going to be left to his own devices at A for FaZe. Exist is challenging at the B bomb site, and look at this. This is Na'Vi dedicating 2 players to the B bomb site very early. Zeus wins this duel through the smoke, and Simple wins against Guardian this time. He's got the AWP in his hands, so yeah, this time you can't criticize him for challenging, especially now that he's won it.
I think that's 3 out of 4 rounds where one has killed the other. Either it's Guardian getting Simple or Simple getting Guardian.
They had that little public scrap, I guess you could call it, right after Guardian's departure back and forth. Simple expressing his displeasure with Guardian at times, and it went both ways, and that's kind of a little bit more of history, but obviously somewhat of a grudge match between the two.
Yeah, definitely something to keep an eye on. Definitely a little bit of fun here, at least for whoever ends up winning it. But bearing in mind, this is not a knockout match. This is playing off for seeding. Essentially, you go through to semis if you win, and you go through to quarters, potentially, if you lose. Oh, no, you do straight go to the quarters. No one gets knocked out. Both are through to playoffs.
Now, all for a semifinal spot.
For a semi, yeah.
Oh, look at Rain's position, the lurk. This has to be effective, though. They have to find this kill exists with the AWP. They need to find one pick, whether it's Zeus, whether it's Edward. It doesn't matter which one, and Edward is supposed to provide bait for Zeus, give him some cover. Molotov's go out, they go past Zeus, and Kerrigan jumps out. And now they know where Zeus is, but it's going to be difficult to clear him out until Nico gets here. And Edward now just buying time, and he's looking at the wrong angle. Kerrigan finds him. Rain on the flank has caused confusion, and it's all down to Simple. A 1-on-2, and he's at the A bomb site.
It's a very weird angle on that B bomb site that we saw him holding, but 10 seconds. Yeah, they have got the bomb in their hands, so they'll be able to get it down. It's Simple. Can't count him out of this round just yet. He's going to be going not up into the ladder room.
It's all by design.
Yeah, just causing a little bit of a fake here. FaZe are not quite sure what's happening just yet, and Simple does have a fairly significant amount of time to work with. Still has that defuse kit as well, and he's spotted out Nico. A lot of damage done there, and doesn't check the right angle. The flick looked close, but Rain looked better. FaZe come away with their second. That resets the economy now, though, for Na'Vi.
And finally shatters it. I think we'll maybe see some Deagles, a couple players in the high 3,000s. They can afford to invest a little bit. Nicely done from FaZe. It looked like a losing effort with Exist at low, trying to enter with the AWP, but it was Rain. It was that lurk that really came to fruition. Just the one kill delays some support getting over towards that B bomb site, but more than anything, just kind of causes some confusion. And Edward obviously beat by timing when he was looking over towards Kerrigan's direction. Would have been a clean win if he was looking the right way at the right time, but it was not to be. Here we are, 4 C's at the Deagle on Simple as well. And all AK-47s for FaZe, as they have complete control of the economy and pretty much complete control of mid.
Complete control of this game as well, despite being down 3-2. You have to say, FaZe have really looked the better of it. Obviously, Na'Vi had a few easy rounds ahead of them, but every single round that has actually been a proper round, FaZe has gotten it so far, and fairly convincingly as well. Now seeing what FaZe is going to give us. It looks like they're setting up for an execute. Just the pistols out for Na'Vi as well. So no counter utility available for them. No Molotovs, incendiaries, grenades, or anything like that to keep FaZe at bay. Just relies on some good shooting here, and Flamey not offering good enough shooting as Nico drops him. An opening for FaZe now. But still they have to dispatch of Zeus, and he's been spotted as well. Maybe not spotted, just spammed as Exist gets the kill through the wall. FaZe, they enter the A-bomb site with relative ease.
There's the plant going down. Electronic and Simple back towards CT spawn. I don't necessarily think there's a reason that Electronic and Edward need to do anything. I think their main goal should be to save this armor so they don't have to reinvest in that into the next round. That can be a good amount of money that goes towards nades and utility. Simple, not a huge deal either way. I'm just looking for some guns on the exit, but FaZe isn't going to retreat this way. Guardian's the closest one, and surely he'll fall back towards either connector or a ramp. And that should be it. No real action towards the end of this one. So FaZe is going to tie things up at 3, and they'll get the rifles back out, and so will Na'Vi. I don't think they're going to be able to have an AWP on Simple, unless someone were to drop it over. Zeus or Electronic could go that route if they really wanted him to have armor. That's not going to happen.
Full stack of nades out for FaZe. Their economy looking very, very good right now. Now we need to find a way to come back into the early stages of this map. It's weird to say at 3 apiece, but it has been FaZe dictating how things have been going. Now they drop this one, they're back onto another eco. So pretty important round for them. Need to get that ball going, and they haven't really been able to. Good control established for FaZe.
Still a small challenge from Edward there, just spamming through the smoke, but Simple's certainly going to give it up. And yeah, that's the problem. You don't have a whole lot of utility with which to challenge things confidently. Electronic and Edward have a little bit of like a crossfire bait and switch set up towards Catwalk and Ladder Room. Electronic, because of the saved armor, was able to afford the kit, which could become huge down the stretch.
Carrigan's on the rotate over to the A bomb site with the bomb as well. Very, very good setup right now for FaZe. The split onto A. It's a classic.
This is going to be so hard hitting. Simple's not in position to defend, especially if Electronic goes down. That helps him out massively as they turn the corner. It allows Simple to look in that direction. Good trades for FaZe as they come in, but Flamey's holding on.
That was a bit of a crazy passage of play right now, but Na'Vi do come out the better for it. 4v2 as Flamey also gets a kill onto Nico. And now it's all onto Carrigan and Rain. The bomb still hasn't actually progressed into the side as Carrigan will drop to Electronic. Looked like he had the right idea, but couldn't get the shot across. And now Rain trying to clutch this one out for his lineup. No real reason not to try and make something happen here, as he's got a lot of money, or enough money, and Na'Vi definitely still pretty low. So Rain can get some work done here, even if he doesn't end up closing the round out. But that timer ticking away, and Na'Vi have rotated themselves into a little bit more favorable positions. This makes life a little bit more difficult for Rain. In the end, he will go down to Zeus, so not too much damage done, and Na'Vi, they will be quite happy to take those 3 guns through.
That kill from Electronic is so big in the ladder room to be able to protect against Simple. Simple was kind of, he had to keep his attention on the window room until that kill came out, and then he was able to turn and just find that one frag. This one right here, Simple had to pay attention to the possibility of someone jumping through, and he was in a really tough spot to watch 2 different angles. 4-3 as Na'Vi take back that lead, and more importantly, they sustain the rifle buys that they can have. Nice final kill from Zeus. Keeps 3 alive in that round, so they build up some money. Investment from FaZe. Guardian's going to have that op out. Know what he can do with that. And he did get the opening pick a few rounds back onto Simple.
No answering ult for Na'Vi.
Yeah, remember, Simple got that kill when he had the op as well. When they dueled with the AWP, Simple won that first battle. But other than that, Guardian's been the one.
Yeah, the money's not really there for Na'Vi to get the ult through here. So you try and keep themselves up as good as possible. As wealthy as possible, I should say. But FaZe is definitely trying to force the opposite of that, and it looks like it's going to be a fast play potentially into A here. They're already lining up some utility. The smoke's gone out into mid to draw a bit of a distraction. FaZe have slowed things down. They're going to take control of Palace, set up those smokes, and wait out this Palace smoke.
Everyone towards the A bomb site for FaZe, and they're like Guardian peek in. He's going to be the first one. Flashbang to give him the angle. There's Rain protecting up top. He's looking for that peek from Simple, and for good reason. It came in, and he gets an easy headshot. Now Guardian has the time and the space. Zeus and Electronic starting to lean towards this A bomb site. Zeus coming through CT spawn, but still silence from FaZe as they're letting Guardian do everything. Now the utility comes out when Guardian already has the high ground, the perch, to peer into this bomb site, and no one from Na'Vi is challenging.
So much information and positioning gained for Na'Vi for FaZe for absolutely nothing. Na'Vi haven't given any kind of resistance. Exist gets the kill on a Flamey, and that's pretty much the round over. FaZe can't get it, or Na'Vi can't get anything done here. FaZe just walks into A.
Yeah, that's way too much respect from Na'Vi. No one wanted to fight any of those battles whatsoever, and FaZe had such a good advantage. They just marched in. Guardian gave them so much. I guess, I mean, it's a fair point. How do you fight against Guardian when he's already at the top of A ramp and he's already got his positioning? He's kind of locked everyone down, all the different angles. But Na'Vi, you still cannot afford to let FaZe get everything they could possibly want. Nico's going to take Zeus, and they want to take all the guns away next.
Such a damaging round right now for Na'Vi. Electronic surely can't survive. He's got so many players to deal with, and there's the trade. That's a perfect round out, really, for FaZe. Obviously, they lose the one player, but that's completely reset Na'Vi, and FaZe are straight back into it with another win for themselves. Timeout now called.
It's always been one of the things that FaZe, we haven't seen them really quite get to that level yet, but if they can establish themselves as a team who can kind of be the strategic, do the executes, you know, do the kind of map control style, and then you bring out rounds like that, where you just use the one flashbang to get your star player Guardian to have an angle into the bomb site, and you kind of just march your way in and play with the individual skill. That becomes so dangerous if FaZe can establish those two different styles to be very, very successful. If they can just switch between them at will, there's not a whole lot of teams that can match that.
I guess that's the next step for FaZe, really. We know they've got that firepower, so it was evidenced at IEM Sydney. Quite a crazy game that one was against Astralis, 3-0. I would have said going into it, I thought Astralis was going to 3-0 that.
Perhaps the closest 3-0 though. I mean, that's one of those 3-0s that could have been 3-0 for Astralis if maybe 3 rounds are different, so fair play.
Hey, but they won. I mean,
they
FaZe,
did.
They didn't look close to winning throughout the entirety of IEM Sydney, and then they come and close it out. So definitely on the up and up, I suppose. And another opportunity for them here at Dallas. Although they do have quite a few difficult teams ahead of them still. Not least Na'Vi. Rain, did he spot that player crossing into ladder? I don't think so. It's just the pistols out though for Na'Vi, so FaZe not going to be too concerned about how things are going in this round.
Yeah, they're marching pretty nonchalantly across the map, up catwalk, over towards the B-bomb site. It'll be a split when they decide to go in. Kerrigan is doing his diligence and checking, but he does fall to Edward, and now Rain going to be able to trade that off, and Electronic boosts it up. Oh, he looks away at the wrong moment. That's unfortunate, but actually it's a 3-on-3, so there's a chance here if they don't clear out Electronic properly. If Flamey can bait for him well enough, and he does. Guardian misses the shot. Now he's in trouble. He's down to 21 HP, and it's Rain who's got to make the play, and just barely FaZe get out of that.
It's a great shot hit by Guardian under pressure. He absolutely should have gone down there. And now Zeus in a 1v2. It is doable, and Rain's looking at the wrong angle. Now Guardian, 21 HP, needs to clutch this one out for his team. He's already hit one fantastic shot in this round so far, but you have to put this one in Zeus's hands as the bomb lies right at his feet. Guardian has so much work to do. He's got himself an AK at least, which will make the job a little bit easier. But that smoke buying so much time here for Zeus, and he did have to buy a lot of time. But inevitably, one of these two players is going to have to take a peek. That's going to be Guardian. Zeus does spot him out, so more information there for the CT side, and every single second is one that costs Guardian the round, and 5 up now for Na'Vi. What a crazy, absurd round. They didn't put anything into that, not even armor.
No, Zeus had such a big advantage by the end of that, though. That's a really nice kind of... I mean, FaZe just doesn't check the one angle. Electronic wreaks so much havoc. Boosted up 1 kill, damage onto Guardian. That was huge. And by the time it's into a one-on-one, I mean, Zeus makes the play through the smoke to find Rain, but Guardian just has no HP to get into that fight with the AK-47. So nicely won. Double up setup now for the Na'Vi side. Guardian still has his, but a lot less utility than FaZe would like. And might have another one of those rounds where FaZe just has to kind of rely on their stars and challenge. Guardian going to go for it as the Molotov forces him into the open. Flamey's going to be a ticket booth with one of the ops. Zeus on top of the balcony. Simple's over at the B-bomb site with the second op.
Rotation coming out now from FaZe, and Zeus misses the smoke. He's punished for it as well. Nico, you can't give him those openings. Zeus is going to be ruining that smoke.
Going to be really upset with him on that one, isn't he?
Such a simple mistake, but it cost him his life. Might cost the round even.
Well, Guardian's been in mid. He's perched up towards catwalk. He's waiting for the response. He wants someone Simple to move up, and Simple has an AWP, so they're just frozen. Just kind of in a tie. Simple can't really push because he's got to keep his eyes on that B bomb site, but all the meanwhile, FaZe has put themselves in position to pinch the A site. Guardian gonna fall back. Kerrigan's in the underpass for the lurk. He can even play it for the post plant. But FaZe still have to get past Electronic, who's gonna be close up, and Flamey with that op. Still a pretty tough defense to get by if you're FaZe.
Well, they don't have much time to work with here, but they do have a player in the underpass coming on the wrap. A great shot hit by Rain. Flamey just gets absolutely decimated. And now it's all onto Electronic coming out from the firebox, only able to get the first. Edward has chimed in the meanwhile, but it's still not enough as FaZe get the bomb down on A. Simple looking to find anything, but there is a smoke right in front of him, and with the money that Na'Vi have got right now, they just cannot afford to be going for this retake. They're going to get reset. They have so much joy after winning that last round on the pistols, but straight away, FaZe claws it back.
What are you supposed to do if you're Flamey? Like, he just gets wide swung by Rain. He's expecting some kind of a pop flash, and more than anything, he's expecting maybe a challenge from an AWP, a challenge from Guardian, not a wide swing. Rain just puts him down. Now Nico chasing some of the weapons, but Edward's already in too solid of a position, and I think Exist and Rain are going to be happy with the victory.
Yeah, they don't really have the money to be chasing down all these guns anyway. I think it's fair enough to just throw one at them, but Exist and Rain should be hanging on to theirs fine.
We're going to get another buy at a Na'Vi, so I mean, this is kind of this match has turned into a tug of war. They've exchanged back and forth the last 5 rounds, and Na'Vi don't want to give it up. So they have the op that Simple saved. He'll be able to drop an M4, and they also have the AK-47 on Edward. He can drop either a UMP or a FAMA, so still going to be a pretty solid buy for Na'Vi, regardless of the fact that they're kind of out of money here. Similar situation with FaZe. They're a little bit more well off, obviously, with a stronger initial buy and also more money built up on Rain and Guardian.
Carrigan, interestingly enough, has gone for a MAC-10 in this round, and maybe not expecting the full investment from Na'Vi, but it might not hurt them too much. There is a distinct lack of head armor here on Na'Vi.
That is a small misread, but even if he leads the way, as long as they trade Nico, though, he goes down. That's the problem, and now Flamey is involved, but that player in Palace can harm them still. He creates a second front, and Rain's gonna have to fight his way forward. Electronic through the smoke. Runs right through, and still somehow FaZe is making this possible, but that flank, they have to be ever mindful of Zeus.
To get the bomb down very quickly here as well. Once that flank does come in, there's going to be real troubles. But in the end, FaZe slowing things down, waiting for a peek out from one of the CTs, which is not going to be given to them right now. That was the other option, and now it's cost FaZe, as it's going to be tough for them to close the rest of this round out.
This is smart from Zeus, though. He's actually rotated all the way around towards mid. He's really given up the fact that he was in Palace, and look at how much time it's going to buy, because FaZe has to be so cautious, and even if they clear this far back towards T-spawn, they have no idea if he's still in Palace, so that kind of route back to the bomb site is closed for them. Zeus is making them spend a lot of time and a lot of caution here as they go through T-spawn, watching their back, and now coming right back through Palace. Again, this is just going to eat more and more time off the clock if they be so wary of all these pillars in here. Simple and Zeus just have to delay, and Simple's got that up, and he's waiting for an A hit.
Nothing even to get FaZe into the AA bomb site. They can't flash Simple off the line or smoke, and they do not have the time to be messing around here. They need to just bust out, and it's going to have to be either Guardian or Rain to hit a pretty crazy shot, most likely onto Simple. Now that's exactly what I'm talking about. Rain's really opened the round up now for FaZe. The bomb easily going to be able to be planted. Zeus, he does get a nice molly down there, but Rain takes the peek, and again, a great kill out from Rain. He survives the molly as well. Electronic should get him, but Rain, he's just closed it out himself. 4 kills for Rain in that round. What a mammoth effort. And 6 comes up on the board for FaZe. That is a massive individual round.
Talk all you want about Nico and Guardian, even Olaf when he's in this roster, but this team is just, they sometimes just look so unstoppable when it's Rain who's going nuts. Like, how are you supposed to defend against any of that? I'm not sure exactly what Simple was watching in this peak. Looked like his crosshair was a little bit low. Regardless, Rain hit some incredible shots. You think back previously to when he just deleted Flamey in a wide peak as well. You just have an AK-47 that's able to outduel ops constantly with confidence and not even afraid to take those fights.
Absolutely crazy round, and that really does put Na'Vi in a precarious position now. No money, and FaZe with a chance to start running away with the half here. It felt like, it really does feel still to me like FaZe is in control of this. It's just they haven't been able to get that tipping point that puts Na'Vi over the edge, and FaZe can run away with the rest of the half.
Well, that one might have been it, right? That might have been, they might have just broke their back there, just onto pistols. It's unfortunate for Na'Vi as well, because it felt like FaZe had no business winning that after the initial start to the round. Especially that move they made, falling back from A ramp through T-spawn, through Palace, cost them like 35, 40 seconds as well. Either way, Flamey this time has control of Palace as well. He's pushed forward. The problem for Na'Vi is they had that stack towards the B bomb site. No matter how much information they're getting from Zeus and Flamey, who are both pushing the extremities of the map, there's just not enough firepower to stop any of this. Even if you look at Edward, Electronic, and Simple, they're all in window room and jungle. One smoke is going to neutralize them, and it's already been placed down, so FaZe can just pretty much walk by. Simple's jumped out of the window, but Exist is handling all the different aggression very easily. Now Flamey pounces, but even if he gets a kill or two, it's not much going to matter.
It's not going to be able to do even that. Electronic and Zeus, best they can hope for here is maybe an exit frag, but whoa, Rain is looking so sharp right now. Just the flick even there. I know it's against the pistol, but this is a scary looking FaZe at the moment. Na'Vi, with the potential to buy into this round, means they're not going to have an AWP. They will have full rifles and a decent amount of utility as well.
Na'Vi doesn't have a whole lot of time to get back into this game, and unfortunately they have to do it without that AWP. That's really tough. Guardian's got his.
Haven't really had an AWP at all. There was that one round that you can remember.
And Simple beat Guardian in the heads-up duel out in mid. So yeah, haven't really been able to go back to it. FaZe has been pretty comprehensive in their victories of taking the guns away. This is nice for Na'Vi though. 3 players here. Simple is helping out Edward and Zeus, and Rain's gonna lead the way. Hasn't found anything just yet. It's Nico to find Zeus. Good trade, a good double from Simple, and he's doing so much more. Buying time for Edward. And that third player, Simple, not only the triple kill from him, but just having a third body helps clean up that B hit.
A huge effort there from Simple. If he gets run over by Nico as well, that is going to be FaZe just barreling into the B bomb site. But in the end, the round doesn't go their way. You could see what FaZe wanted to do, though. Just change the pace up, catch Na'Vi off guard, really stamp their mark on this match, because, again, that would have put Na'Vi onto a really poor buy or an eco. But now Na'Vi, they claw their way back into it again. It's just been so backwards and forwards, this matchup. FaZe still in the lead, still with the advantage. If they win this round, Na'Vi back onto a very, very average buy for the last of the half, and that looked like a failed run boost. It's not going to cost too much for FaZe.
Ooh, the nade, though, the nade stack. And look at Guardian and Rain. They're down so low. That's really well done. But Kerrigan able to get the dink, not complete things. Rain is going to finish off that kill. I don't know if it was a failed run boost as much as they sensed the aggression coming. Some utility caused them to cancel it.
Okay.
It doesn't matter either way, does it? Yeah, it's caused the same thing. Nico, really the only one with HP to do anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you say that, but we did see Rain clutch that round out with 10 HP.
That's a good point.
After standing in a Molotov as well, so...
Stand corrected.
Who knows what can happen.
Never doubt Rain again.
Never, ever. But I will agree with your point. This is going to be still a tough round for FaZe to close out. However, with that single player on the B bomb site, Edward goes down here. FaZe have got control of that. All they need is that one clean entry. And then we swing things back in the favor of the T side here. Damage done over onto Nico. Rain, though, able to trade, but it's not enough. Zeus comes in from short. The entry was not nearly clean enough for FaZe. Now in a 1v3, Guardian, he's got time to work with, but there's a player wrapping around the side, and of course it's Simple. Again and again, it's Simple getting rid of Guardian. Guardian getting rid of Simple, but we're at 7 apiece, and Na'Vi's still fighting in this half.
That's a good response from Na'Vi as well. Remember, there was that round earlier where FaZe was just able to march into that A bomb site just off the benefit of Guardian with the AWP, and too much respect was given over by Na'Vi. Well, that's the complete role reversal, isn't it? They actually go challenge for mid control to get a kill, get massive damage done to Rain and Guardian, and they're able to just clean things up in the late round situation. 7-7, and FaZe has got to fight for the advantage at halftime with 3 pistols.
Yes. It seems quite strange that Na'Vi are going to come away with actually the first half lead, or most likely, given the storyline, at least that I've been telling. I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but to me, it seems like FaZe have been better. But regardless, maybe they're not. This FaZe just walks into the B-bomb side, and, well, now you start to think maybe FaZe can close this one out 8-7. Edward, though, gets rid of Guardian. Brings it back to a 4v4, but there's guns in the hands of FaZe now. The Galil, AK, M4. They're getting the kills on the board that they need. Rain in a very critical position here. He'll win the aim duel against Edward. And this is looking so good for FaZe. Rain is just so sharp right now. And it's all on to Simple. 1v3, we know he can do it, but not this time. 8-7 comes up, and it's in the favor of FaZe. So how many times I've been wrong in my predictions? Well, that's just another one of them.
That might have been the easiest B take I've seen in a long time. I don't know how Rain got all the way up catwalk, basically just rushed mid, rushed catwalk, and got all the way into that B corner right before the market window without being seen or touched or shot at. And he had to be so confused. Either way, 8-7 for FaZe on the offensive side of things. Looked solid. Navi did okay, but a couple unfortunate resets throughout that half really kind of prevented them from taking any of the advantages. But still, you like some of what you're seeing out of the Navi. I think everyone's going to give kind of the underdog mantle to Navi, but they're fighting very well in this match.
Yeah, definitely. I'll have a look at these player stats here. Look at that. Rain, 20 and 8. He was absolutely the standout for FaZe. And I think that was evidenced in quite a few rounds. He clutches out a couple. He gets the opening impact frags in a couple as well. And really is just pulling FaZe through a lot of these rounds. So you have to think, what if Rain doesn't step up and continue this on in the second half? Then Navi can absolutely come straight back into it. It's fairly close at the moment. But in saying that, FaZe have got a lot of other individuals on their lineup that could do just the same as what Rain has done in the first half. So it's anyone's game at the moment. We're into the second half.
Yeah, Rain with this USP at the A bomb site. He's about to get some pressure put on him. There's the smoke. Flashbang as well forces Rain back, and Nico's waiting around the corner of the smoke, and Rain spots everything. He's just got to survive. They're actually going to start pressuring towards jungle, towards connector. Nico's just waiting for it, and he's loving that. Good kills from him and Guardian, who's being pressured even further back towards window room, where he's got support from Kerrigan. FaZe have sent a lot of bodies at this problem, and so far it's worked. But there goes Exist. It's Rain in a 1-on-2.
Yeah, but Navi not so sure exactly where he is right now. Rain's doing something a little bit sneaky here. He might actually get the info and get the play. Navi, it looked at least like they wanted to go over to the B bomb site, and Rain is perfectly situated to shut that one down. But for now, Navi just letting him sweat, making him wait. And he needs to hit a good shot there on the entry, but doesn't. Now the information is given over to the T side. And the challenge, 1 by 1, Zeus almost gives that one up for Navi. Flamey hits a good shot, and luckily for him, Rain runs out of bullets as well, because you could have very easily seen that one going the way of Rain.
I really like that play from Navi. Just play it patiently, just pause in the middle of the map until you find out where Rain is. And then when you eventually do see him, you're both so close together that you don't even need to go for the plant. You just wide swing, double peek him, and take him down. Navi win the pistol. They've actually won both pistols in this game, so that's quite a scary proposition for FaZe. 8-8 as the CT side invests. Nico's going to push underpass. 2 scouts on the board for Guardian and Kerrigan, and Rain is forced back initially by some damage. Not able to get that deagle working towards mid.
Not yet, at least. But still a gun in the game. Electronic's going to find Nico here, though. He's thinking, that's a nice boot.
A beautiful ankle.
I'll take that.
Foot fetish.
Speak for yourself. Mid control has been established, though, by Navi. And it should be easy streets from here on out for them now.
I think they're just waiting for a response at the moment. Hoping to see some of those peaks from the scouts so they can kind of get an idea of where exactly they want to challenge, where they want to fight, and maybe even just get an extra pick to make their life that much easier. All 5 players in middle, though. Kerrigan and Rain starting to shift towards that B bomb site. Zeus has got himself in a solid position in towards connector. Molotov going to help them take control, and again, Rain just barely spots the foot of one of the Navi players, and Exist has them frozen, but there's really no way for FaZe to get enough bodies into position to stop this hit outside of some incredible shots from Rain, who's going to be the first one to challenge.
Electronic just locking down the short angle, and Guardian will be dropped. Like you say, it really is on Rain here for FaZe, and that is one of those incredible shots. Actually, it was Kerrigan.
That's the bomb, though. Like, the bomb is down to the bomb. They have to now chase that. The scout and the deal can do some work, and so can the CZ. This is dangerous now for Navi.
Well, Kerrigan and Rain, they've already showed what they can do this round, though. Still hanging in the balance. Navi, they just need a couple of good shots, and it's going to be going their way. The same, though, can be said for FaZe, and they're buying so much time. Kerrigan goes down. Rain, though, trades out. And with 8 seconds on the clock, Zeus needs to take the challenge. The headshot is not there for Rain, and that's what he needed. Navi, they come away with the round, but it was a shaky one at best.
That's what you would call a mistake from Edward, to go challenging inside the bomb site towards CT spawn with the bomb. His team, they came from mid. They had control of mid, they had control of window room, they had control of jungle. Just plant in front of those boxes. You don't need to challenge that, and that is almost an extremely costly mistake. Oh, it is costly. They lose 4 players, but it could have been much, much worse.
Absolutely. FaZe this time, though, not going to have really any investment, with only the USPs. Going to be stacking over to the B bomb site, so it's an opportunity for Navi to get a bit of an easier one and build that economy up, take the 5 guns through, or the 4 guns, I suppose, if you send Edward out on a bit of a hunting mission. But right now, Navi have set themselves up default. They're not going to be falling for any of the tricks that FaZe might be giving to them. Haven't yet explored the B site, though, so they don't really know what's going on as far as the CT side is concerned.
Zeus might find out. There's 5 players here. he might get an unpleasant surprise. Although I think actually before he gets any reinforcements, he's just going to stay at range with the AK-47, even if he does push up any further. So not even going to happen there. Again, mid-control for Na'Vi. Same kind of situation as last time. This time, though, they have Flamey and Palace waiting to pounce if they do decide to go towards this A bomb site. Also listening for information, and now he's just straight up taking the fights, taking the peeks, and sees absolutely no one. He'll call the team over. It's going to be an easy plan, an easy round. That's a nice job by Na'Vi, not running into the dangerous stack towards B.
Yeah, very nicely negotiated. Now we get to see what Na'Vi's mentality is going to be like. Will Edward just push on forward here? Of course he will.
Because of the investment from FaZe in the previous round, Guardian's not going to have an AWP in this next one. So they're going to fight their 4th round with just M4s and what limited utility they'll be able to have.
Well, now the game is up, and it's whack-a-mole time for Electronic. They come 1 by 1. Edward's the one you want to be seeing these frags on, though. He's got himself the money maker.
What skin is that?
It's the white one.
Well, thanks. Thanks for all your help.
I bet you that's like a 4-cent skin.
Why not? Ooh, get the AK.
Or did he?
No, he did not. He failed to retrieve the AK-47.
A little unfortunate.
10-8, Na'Vi in the lead. They're going to have to win this one out on the T side. Not the easiest thing in the world. FaZe going to be into the rifle action here, and there's those M4s, and yeah, they're really busted in terms of the utility. Kerrigan has smoke Molotov and a kit, but really everyone's kind of hurting across the board in some way.
Quite a significant way, really. FaZe are not looking too healthy financially at the moment. That's something that we saw plaguing Na'Vi throughout the first half, so they're doing the same back. Obviously the T side getting the pistol around here means that FaZe don't easily sort of get that bonus, that boost into the second half that they would have really liked. They have to do it by hard work.
There were so many smokes just used in middle. There's only 2 smokes left on these teams. Zeus is going to find a kill. That's not bad. Aggression towards the B hulls. Kerrigan goes down. There's a lot of smokes used just to gain mid control. And actually, now that you don't have any smokes, if you're Na'Vi, you're almost kind of stuck in middle. That pick helps greatly alleviate some of that pressure. Only flashbangs and Molotovs left on both teams as Simple, Flamey, and even Edward going to join up with them through T-spawn. Zeus is still going to pressure, but Nico is biding his time in window all along, and he catches Electronic unawares.
Yeah, Zeus needs to be a little bit careful here. He's inevitably going to have to back off and rejoin his teammates over on A, as that's where the rest of Na'Vi are headed. But there is a fairly significant amount of resources being put onto the B side of the map right now by FaZe. Even to an extent, Guardian is already on the rotate over to B, so they must have read something. And Rain has it all to do here on the A bomb site on his own, 24 seconds, and now the information presents itself. And of course, Rain is able to find a frag. Guardian, though, is dropped in mid. That's not too bad of a news for Na'Vi, as it allows the plant for Connector. They already have a player in Connector, so Na'Vi have got the post plant set up perfectly. FaZe with a tough retake ahead of them.
Kerrigan had the kid as well, and he's the one who pushed B Halls to be the opening kill for Na'Vi, so that kid is now unobtainable for the rest of FaZe. They need to find these frags, they need to find them quick, and Rain is going to help them out. No, he's not. Yes, he is. That went back and forth, but Edward does eventually go down. Now a 3-on-2. Zeus being baited into a shot, but he still managed it well, and that should seal it. I don't think there's any way that FaZe can really defuse this bomb without the kits, with no smoke. They just have to back away Rain and Nico, so nicely done from Na'Vi, and they're going to sustain through this round for their 11th.
Yeah, that round could have gone either way. If Zeus goes down there, you give it to FaZe. But in the end, Na'Vi come away with another one, and it's a close one, of course, and that's going to be favorable for Na'Vi. Their money continues to build up. They get bombs down. They take a couple of AKs through. Of course, the T-side economy not as punishing as the CT side. And right now for FaZe, they've got those 2 guns, but they don't have much past that. They're down 11-8. Na'Vi has been looking really, really good, actually, on this T-side. They haven't seemed to take their foot off the pedal.
They haven't really had to face against a full defense quite yet. That'll come in the next round. They haven't had to face against a full kitted utility, the AWP, so the challenge will come as that losing bonus is about to be maxed out if FaZe can't somehow win this one miraculously. Nico's gonna push forward with his M4 thanks to a pop flash. Gets 1 kill but can't get away in time. That's a very nice trade. Na'Vi's gonna be fine with that 1-for-1 as the M4 is not salvageable for the rest of FaZe.
No. Good intent, at least, for FaZe. They want to try and make something happen with the M4s. Hasn't worked this time. Could well have worked another time. For Na'Vi, it does mean that, again, they take control of mid, and they're putting a lot of presence, a lot of importance as well on taking mid control. It obviously allows you to get a lot of options around the map, but definitely has been Na'Vi really putting a premium on that area of the map.
Look at Exist. He could change the entire outcome of this round, although they are going on the higher portion of this. It's going to be difficult. Here he comes swinging out wide. He gets dropped by Electronic. And now Na'Vi, the game is up. 45 seconds left. It looked like they wanted to make their way into the A-bomb site very quickly before rotations could come in, but they're going to circle back. And all the meanwhile, it's a good call because Simple has taken the advantage of just kind of getting a new position out towards market, and he's pretty much going to secure this B-bomb site. There's no way Rain and Kerrigan can get back safely. And at this point for FaZe, I think the entire goal has got to be to keep those M4s alive, but that is fast becoming just a dream.
Yeah, does not look like it's going to be entirely possible here for FaZe. Simple's already got himself into jungle. Zeus there on the other side, so they're between a rock and a hard place right now. They're going to have to fight their way out. Kerrigan's done well there onto Zeus. He's down to 10 HP and gives the info over to Na'Vi, and already you can see Electronic starting to rotate and prepare himself for the CTs in T-spawn. Doesn't look like they're too keen to challenge Rain for this final frag. Oh, well, Electronic is still there, and he will get the kill inevitably. It hurts the economy a little bit for FaZe, but they are still going to be able to get the full buy through. Just would have meant maybe a bit more utility comes out, and or well, at least a little bit more money in the next few rounds. Regardless, though, this is a pretty critical one for FaZe. They, like you said, they haven't had that full proper buy through. Now they've got the double AWP. They've got a lot of utility out, but they don't have that many rounds left to play with. If they drop this one here, Na'Vi's up to 13. FaZe is back on an eco. That could be map over.
Yeah, exactly, which would just be wild. This is what FaZe has to get going in this one. Guardian's going to be at that A bomb site. Kerrigan going to be at B, but Simple's waiting for him. There's the pop flash in, and if you're FaZe, you'd prefer Guardian to be the one challenging Simple, but Kerrigan wins it anyways. I take everything back. Even Simple with the flashbang, and Kerrigan finds the timing. A nice duel to win if you're FaZe, and everyone on the defense going to breathe a sigh of relief as such a dangerous piece, Simple, with that AWP is gone.
Yeah, really, really important duel there for Kerrigan to win. So, maybe FaZe have got a little bit of an opening back into this one.
Well, Na'Vi don't seem to really have an answer after that. Now that Simple's gone, slowly working their way through underpass, take that mid control. Edward's already at top mid, so they have some semblance of it. No more smokes, though, on this Na'Vi side.
Boost into window room. I think he made a little bit of noise there, though.
Eco's going to be aware regardless, but not aware of how fast Electronic has gotten by. Oh, this is so deadly. Electronic might have just made the play to save this round for Na'Vi. Kerrigan is going to be a free kill, but I think Electronic is going to want the second as well. He's going to have the great trigger discipline.
He spotted Exist there already on the cross, and he knows where Kerrigan is, of course. Just waiting. Oh, goodness me, this thing cannot be possible. No.
Oh, no.
He's managed at least to get rid of Kerrigan, and that could have gone way, way worse for Electronic. He almost caked it.
I have never seen anything like that. Unbelievable, and he still gets the double kill, thank God.
It would have been so funny if, like, Kerrigan would have strafed out of position, thrown off his aim, and then... Anyway, whatever. oh dear.
It looks so genius that he takes the time to test the jump to be able to get the player in dark as well. There goes Zeus at top mid, but there's no chance of FaZe. Actually, there's still some time that they can work with as they press the issue, and I think they realize the desperate situation they're in. Nice kill from Guardian. That actually saves Nico on the flank, and now Flamey looks the wrong direction. Somehow this has collapsed. Edward with one kill, needs to buy time, and I think he's just done it. Guardian, no kit. Rain has one, but he's far, far away. No one else was going for that.
I'm not sure what was going on there. It was such a crazy round on all facets of it. I'd love to see a replay of what was Electronic it was getting those kills.
Was it kind of, I guess it was something where Guardian was just like, I'll get you this one kill and then I'm bailing out and you go for it and hope you pull it off on your own. But yeah, they were so, I look back to the minimap, but they were so far away already. Oh, tough for FaZe. 13-8 in the favor of Na'Vi.
Yeah, it's a big one to lose. At least they take the double AWP through. There will be enough money to get a good buy back again for FaZe. It's not going to be as good as the last one that they did have. That round definitely could have, and probably should have gone the way of FaZe had not Electronic made a big play. But time's running out for FaZe. They can't think, well, we were close. We'll get them next round.
Well, you know what they're going to think? It won't even be that. They're going to think we just got absolutely battered on defense. They haven't won a round yet. It's a 6-0 run for Na'Vi on the T side. And yeah, they had the early economic advantage that has helped out, but FaZe just had a double op. They've got another double op here. So again, like the saving of those weapons was a big deal in the context of them being able to continue to fight, but it's only good enough if you eventually do win something.
This is true. FaZe are struggling to do just that. Na'Vi 3 away, and 3 doesn't seem so many at all. What a different picture this second half has presented for us. Na'Vi on the T side looking very threatening. This is FaZe's map pick as well. So that's not too fun. Moving on to Nuke as the second map.
That will be an interesting second map. That really will. Either way, Na'Vi's falling into just a standard A hit. Nico and Guardian going to be deep in each of their choke points, so Smokes will be blocking them both off. It remains to be seen how aggressive they'll choose to be through that. And there's the flashbang. Guardian gets a little bit blind, but he'd already had the read on Electronic. That's the top fragger of Na'Vi out of the fight.
A little bit of a hole in the smoke there as well for Guardian that he can have a look through. So Na'Vi need to be a little bit careful when they try and plant this bomb, if they try and plant it for CT. But it's indeed going to be going down for Connector. They're all safe for the moment, but 4v5, FaZe definitely still have the potential to make this retake work. A lot of utility, a lot of defuse kits, and they have the numbers as well. Simple missing a shot. It was a tough one to be fair. Time being bought right now by Na'Vi is good. They need to buy a little bit more. It's time for FaZe to make their move. Simple rotating his position again and again. Does go down inevitably to the AWP of Guardian, and it's all onto Zeus. His position is known. The bomb not really too favorable for him, and FaZe going to cover off quite nicely for the defuse. Another round up for FaZe, but the first of this half.
That's a nice retake from FaZe. If for no other reason than they just kept applying so much pressure onto Simple with that AWP, he could never get comfortable in the post plant, could never find a way to get an easy shot. Kept forcing him into new locations and eventually just overwhelmed them. 13-9 now. FaZe do have that rebuttal that they so desperately needed. And we're going to get a timeout from Na'Vi as they want to reset this immediately. I don't think they did really enough damage in that round as 4 players survived for FaZe, so actually there's pretty decent money, especially in Guardian and Kerrigan. They'll still be able to invest in something and buy something in the next round if that were to happen. But Na'Vi still, you have to say, there's an opportunity here for them to really put pressure on Na'Vi and put him against the ropes.
Yeah, well, I think for both sides, there's still potential in this map. I mean, even though it's 13-9, you can't really count out something coming from FaZe here at all. We saw how good Rain was in that first half. He's really gone missing a little bit here in the second. Which is scary for FaZe because this has been a battle of Rain versus Electronic. Essentially, Rain at 26 kills. His next teammate is Nico with 15. Electronic has 25, and his next closest teammate is Zeus with 16. So they are far and away, at least you know, statistically, the best performing players. Well, that's what I was saying. During that halftime break, if Rain goes missing here in the second half, we could definitely see Na'Vi running away with things, and that's so far what they've been able to do. And Na'Vi have a good opportunity right now to just close the rest of this map out. If they win this next round, FaZe is done. Some mid control being taken, but it's not secured just yet for Na'Vi. Just Edward and Simple at top mid. Simple does have the AWP, but no one's challenging him. Kerrigan is watching the B halls from Van. Guardian with his op towards CT spawn behind Ticket Booth. Kerrigan not even close to being challenged just yet. Zeus trying to play it safe as much as possible, watching for a push from a headshot angle. Meanwhile, Nico exists in Rain, a standard triangle defense in mid. Catwalk, window, connector. Na'Vi not going to be walking into that trap, but they might just walk into the AWP here of Kerrigan. All he's got to do is find the first back off. And that's going to be a good enough opening for FaZe. They'll rotate quickly across to the B bomb site. This is looking a little bit dangerous for Na'Vi, unless they can dispatch of Kerrigan straight away, but that's a tough shot to hit. So biding their time, setting themselves up with their utilities, the smokes and flashbangs to come out shortly. And Na'Vi need to make this entry work. Here it is. Oh no. Kerrigan misses the shot. He will at least survive. That's going to be a little bit of a spanner in the works there for FaZe. Still, it looks favorable if the rotation does come across. Rain gets the first frag, exists the second. The shot's just not being hit here by Na'Vi, and there was an opening that was presented to them. But now Simple on his own. There's just going to be too much to do for him. FaZe, they get away with a streaky one. FaZe got there so quick.
I thought the round was over when Kerrigan missed that shot. I didn't think he was going to be able to get in a position, and all of a sudden Exist and Rain both bail him out with some frags, and then you look at the minimap, and there's 4 players of FaZe at that B bomb site. They were ready for that. That was huge. That was all the support, all the rotations for FaZe saving the day as Kerrigan, I don't know what exactly happened there. Maybe a quick switch too fast, but he didn't actually take a shot and just fell away. Maybe it was the timing of unscope. Nico's going to push up mid. They want to start dictating things, but they've at least got some money built up. They've at least got that buffer of a round. Rain gonna challenge on top of the ticket booth. 4 players of Na'Vi were ready to explode through that smoke if that kill were to come out. And Nico still has control of mid. He's got a teammate as well, Exist, watching down below towards underpass. But now it's been too long. Now they just don't want to mess with fate. Nico's gonna back away to the secure defensive Guardian and window with that AWP.
Not a bad time to be putting Na'Vi onto an eco right now. FaZe, of course, have really struggled in this second half, but now stringing a couple together, it puts Na'Vi onto only the pistols and does make the road a little bit flatter ahead for FaZe. It's not so much of an uphill battle when you're against the pistols. Of course, still a tough road ahead, but they're making their life a little bit easier. Just got to make sure that they don't lose too many guns here. Money's still not great for FaZe.
No, I mean, really, it's just 2 players. Guardian, Kerrigan, over 4,000. Everyone else is pretty beat up. So yeah, goal number 1 is keep players alive, even if you have to give up a plant. You know Na'Vi's going to buy in the next round, no matter what. So don't be afraid to give up that plant if it saves your life. A lot of utility still left, and Nico's going to pop flash peek. He's wide swung. He's committed to this, and he's going to keep spraying. He does go down, but no real chance of not being able to build upon that. Everyone is zoned in on middle. Guardian exists, and even Kerrigan and Rain. 13-11, FaZe still fighting back into this.
Slowly but steadily, bringing that scoreline back to closer than where it was.
I will say, Na'Vi's done a very good job outside of a few isolated incidents in this second half. They've done such a good job of not getting picked off by those AWPs before they want to kind of execute something, right? They've been able to take mid control. Other than that, it's been, it might just be the strategies they're calling, you know, some heavy hits towards the B bomb site, some heavy towards the A site, but at least they're not getting picked off along the way. They're giving themselves a chance when they eventually do hit a bomb site.
Again, into mid goes Na'Vi. That has been predominantly their playground. Might be part of the reason we're seeing FaZe put so many players committed to defending that part of the map. Not so much this round though, as FaZe have pretty much given it up. Na'Vi haven't really taken too much control, but they have Electronic just sitting here at top mid, so he'll be able to exert some pressure, and if Na'Vi do eventually get into that A-bomb side, he can play the raft, the flank.
Well, the cool thing is this positioning from Rain is like an early warning system for Nico and Guardian. They're so close by. And now even Nico pushing up close to it, he can actually lure Na'Vi in. If they do take out Rain, surely they wouldn't expect Nico to be up close. And look at that cheeky play over the top of the smoke. Rain just wanted to check it out, see if he gets some information. No indication this is coming yet, but I think FaZe can have an idea. You got to feel like it's either going to be A or B at this point. Since Exist and Guardian, they've seen no pressure in mid, and they've heard absolutely nothing in mid.
The bait set up here for FaZe, although Nico's backing off, and that's the wrong timing. Rain's done well, though, to get the first, and he keeps himself alive. Now it's on Nico, but he gets demolished. And the A-bomb site opened up a little bit for Na'Vi. Still, Guardian holding on to the line with the AWP. He can make things happen here with 20 seconds left. If he gets the kill on the bomb carrier, or even Simple there, that's a great shot through the smoke. Guardian making things happen. The bomb will go down safely for Na'Vi. There's no one that can deny it. Unless Kerrigan pushes out through the smoke and gets a great shot, but it was a little bit too much to ask. Guardian goes down as well. Na'Vi, that's an important round win on the board. And FaZe, they have to get this next one. There will be a buy through.
That whole round for FaZe was on that defense of Rain and Nico, and they just didn't get enough done. Obviously, you don't expect a Rain to get too many in that kind of a situation.
Timing was so bad as well. Like, Nico just wrapped away at the inopportune moment.
He was committed by the time they turned that corner. I think that pop flash came in from Guardian, which kind of helped. I think it blinded the second player, blinded Rain a little bit after he got that first kill against Zeus. But there was a pop flash, I think, from Guardian that really allowed an opportunity. But Nico is just kind of in an awkward position out in the open. Now he's going to push up. He's bloodthirsty. He wants to get back what he missed in the previous round. But again, just barely misses the timing on that fight. He does have control of mid, but look at Na'Vi. Zeus, Simple, Electronic, all lined up for a B hit. The problem is the bomb is back in mid with Edward. They're still going to go for it. Zeus leading the way. He's going to turn into this bomb site. Dropping down. He knows where two players are. Kerrigan just keeping distance, keeping space for Exist, who's now been dispatched. And Simple not able to get involved with the op.
Smoke out, but that's the bad timing. Oh no, Kerrigan, what have you done? Zeus is given a free opportunity there, gets the kill across, and Kerrigan just getting greedy. Might cost FaZe this round. Still, Guardian is there to restore equilibrium. Look at the wrap coming around right now from Nico. He's around the back of the bomb, but Edward gets the kill. And Na'Vi, they might have just clinched a victory from the jaws of defeat in this round.
Oh, this should be over. Look at how they're trapped in this B bomb site. FaZe, you're all done. 15-11. Great positioning from Flamey inside of Market as Zeus is over at Van. And that kill on Edward onto Nico, that was massive. That allows the retreat back towards the A bomb site, which means there's nowhere for FaZe to go. They can't possibly rotate into a good position. They can't possibly fall back to cover the bomb site. And now they have to fight with absolutely nothing.
Did he run out of ammo? That must have been what happened.
Yep.
Okay.
He was out of bullets from those fights earlier with when he was trying to protect Exist.
So it wasn't really a greedy play from Kerrigan. He had nothing else that he could do. But in the end, 15 is up for Na'Vi. So close yet so far for FaZe. And now they're on to just the pistols and armor. It's a very, very difficult round for FaZe to negotiate. Again, mid-control established for Na'Vi, as they have done so much throughout this second half.
Here's the thing: if you have, if you're FaZe, this is kind of going to be hard to swallow because you can kind of write off your CTF if you can never get your money going. You say, we could just never really have the nades, we can never have the weapons, the guns that we wanted. Na'Vi really denied us, controlled the economy, but FaZe had that 3-round win streak. They had the things they wanted. They had some double op setups coming out on Kerrigan and Guardian, so they had their chance to go on a run here down the stretch and just not able to do it. Na'Vi has had to wrestle back control once FaZe got it. Electronic is going to be pushing up close towards Connector. Again, just complete mid-control for Na'Vi. In fair play, this time at least FaZe has nothing to fight with.
Just a couple of flashbangs left now as the smoke does come out from Kerrigan. And Na'Vi slowly but steadily clearing out the map. Guardian, though, the timing is good. Zeus has gotten rid of Exist, but he's very low on HP, and Guardian's going to be able to get out of there with an AK. In the end, Electronic is pegging things back, though, for Na'Vi. We're into a 3 versus 4. But Zeus with low HP. This is still doable for FaZe. It's a difficult task, of course. But doable is better than no chance at all. And with that AK, Guardian needs to have an impact here over on the A bomb site. Bomb will be planted by Na'Vi. Very shortly, at least. And there has to be. But this could be big. Guardian, he does deny the bomb plant. That's the round. They can't get the bomb down.
Well, that's so huge. Guardian just goes for it, and yeah, that's going to be a 12th for FaZe. Somehow they're still in this as Guardian just goes for one fight. The only player protecting the planter. All they could do is spam through the box and pray. Huge, huge play from Guardian. Has had a quiet game, but that is a nice opportunity to allow FaZe to fight for overtime.
That's the kind of round that brings you back into a map. If just for the one round, FaZe have not got a great buy through here. There's an SMG out for Reyna, for Mus, for Guardian and Exist.
Electronic misses a smoke.
Na'Vi have got everything they want. So it's still an uphill battle for FaZe. Hard yards ahead.
This time Nico and Guardian get aggressive and once again deny mid-control. We know Na'Vi's love to have that, but they're just going to go for it delayed. It's tough. I don't even think they would have been able to go for it either way because of Electronic's miss smoke. They likely called off any kind of fast mid-control, even if there had been some. Utility still being used from FaZe towards top mid. They're running low. 2 Molotovs, 1 smoke, and 2 flashbangs. The minute and 15 seconds left on the clock. That's a long time to be without nades.
Indeed. And Na'Vi, the longer they bide their time, the more likely FaZe is to throw down those nades, although they really need to hang on to them and use them as counters.
If Rain goes down, Guardian's in a lot of trouble. He's in the bomb site right behind Rain, so this is huge. This is a risky position. Flamey's going to turn the corner. Almost feels like Rain wants a pop flash that's not going to be coming. All down to Flamey, and he wins that. Guardian's got to back away, and he's in an awkward spot.
He is, but some damage at least was done there by Rain, so that makes Flamey a bit squishier. The counter utility does come out from FaZe. They've bided their time well and they've waited, but Na'Vi is still getting the frags that they need. Guardian trying to hold strong on the bomb site, but it's only going to last for so long. It In with 4 versus 2, this seems for sure the map is going to be going the way of Na'Vi, though the bomb is going to be denied by Carrigan. He'll be traded out and exist in a 1v2. There's low HP players to deal with, and he finds it into a 1v1. USP out. You don't want to be taking this duel at all. Edward has got full HP. There's surely no way Exist wins, and Edward spots him out. 16-12. The first map goes the way of Na'Vi.
Keeps up the pressure, and I mean, this is an interesting game. Na'Vi really had to wrestle control away from FaZe, an 8-7-1/2 on the offensive side if you're FaZe, and you got to feel like you have it, but just demolished on their own defense, which is very interesting to see, because it did feel in that first half like FaZe was just one step away, maybe one round from grabbing complete control, and it never happened. Phenomenal performance from Electronic on Na'Vi.
Absolutely, but that's map 1 over to Na'Vi. We're going to head to a break. Map 2 coming up soon.